So do you like someone who can give banter as much as they can take it?
Listen, I'm like king of banter.
Bold statement.
What?
I'll tell you if
Do
you
you
king
like
of
banter?
Yeah, I love banter.
Sick, innit?
Happy New Year, Ave. We are one day away from 2026, assuming this episode gets posted on the 31st, which is the plan and is really all we have time for. Anyway, hope you had a great Christmas. We chatted a little bit here in the intro, which the fans obviously will not see, but Merry Christmas again. Hope it was time well spent with the family.
Absolutely. My mom was in doing the business. She cooked her tail off for the family.
Yeah, let's see.
So we had, great meals all around. We had some lobster in there. Mom cooked a great breakfast, Christmas Day. So it was all around 10 out of 10. Seen a lot of the fams. Chavi.
You can hear him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
He's making his voice known.
Yeah,
I think he's the youngest podcaster in America.
Yeah, spoiler alert. We alluded to it yesterday or last episode that Abe got double unked, but we didn't really say what that meant. His sister had a baby, and I have a baby on my lap right now. Young Chavi here. So I did not realize you guys could hear him. I can barely hear him with my
Dude's
mic
a
on because I
superstar.
can only hear you. If he starts crying, you're gonna have to let me know. But, we're trying to let Mama get some sleep here, so he's hanging out with us this podcast
with the boys. He's
boys.
Yeah, it's always
with the
boys.
Special New Year podcast, and special New Year baby.
Hell yeah!
So, Ave, today we can still start with the brain buster to get the juices flowing. We will obviously talk about anything that is new in sports and of worthiness of talking about, but I think something that would be cool is with 2025 in particular coming to an end, we talk through the quarter century teams from every sport. I mean, I have a couple that I mentioned to you, so hopefully you've had some time to think about. But maybe we just keep it going and see how many sports we can really allude to in this. But I do think it would be cool to see when I'm saying team of the quarter century, I'm saying one player per position.
Yep.
For different sports, they'll have different lineups. We can talk through like what's fair. I'm thinking mainly soccer, I guess, or positionless basketball. We can argue. But whatever. I think it would be cool to say who's been the best player at their position from year, from the dawn of the century
to 2025. That's a fun one.
Okay. All right. So we'll run through that. And then obviously when we get to a particular sport that matters, like the NFL right now, we can talk about that. But first let's work on some brain busters. I'll leave it to you. Actually, I feel like I always, ramble on and then decide what we're going to do. So what game's the most fun for you?
I like the pick a team and then match the player to that team. Like we both pick different teams
that they've a player that's played for both of them.
Yeah.
And what sport do you want to do?
So we did football last time, which was very, very on brand.
Did we? I thought we did basketball for some reason.
No, I believe we did football. I could be
lying. I think I said Shaq. I think I opened with Shaq. Yeah. I think we did I'll do basketball again if that's where you were going. But remember, because you said Goran Dragic and you tried to get 2 for 1 because you said Dragic and Vince Carter.
Yeah, I think that does make sense because we were heading into the Christmas games before then.
Right.
All right. So let me change.
Anyway.
All right, we did basketball last time. Football playoffs are quickly approaching. So let's run some NFL, pick a team, and then match the player to playing for both teams.
I'm in. I said I'd leave it up to you, and I'm leaving it up to you. Absolutely. I'm ready.
I am also ready. So on the count of 3, 2, 1, say the name. Say the team name. We go.
Go for it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Niners.
Patriots. Ooh. Mac Jones.
Yeah. Yes.
Got it. I want to celebrate, but this baby's on my lap.
You don't want to wake him up. I wanted to say Randy
crush
Moss.
his head against the desk.
That's probably a better reason.
Randy Moss. Yeah, he played for both. He played for the Niners.
He played for the 49ers?
I think he played for the Niners at the end of his career.
I'm not sure about that
Look
one.
it up, Jamie.
We'll have to look that one up.
All right. We want to look it up at the end after we do the rest of this.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I guess we'll go again. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Seahawks.
Packers. Jimmy Graham?
Jimmy Graham is correct.
I did not feel confident about that one, but
Jimmy Graham is correct. I think it's correct.
One. Okay.
That's a fun one.
Look it up.
I'm not gonna, but I think that's fun, dude. All right, 1-1. Shade. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Giants.
Dolphins. OBJ.
Dang, that one's so obvious. There's people probably screaming at us right now. OBJ. Oh, by the way, if you are screaming at us, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and Spotify and share with your friends and follow on Instagram and Twitter.
Leave some comments. Yes, all that.
Thank you.
We will respond. Yes.
Back to regularly scheduled.
I'm doing better than I have in past weeks, so I'm loving this right now.
Yeah, it sounded awfully confident here, Abe. You just got louder there. What do you think, X? Who's going to win? All right, you ready?
He's going for me for sure. Yes, I am ready.
3, 2, 1. Saints.
Colts.
Wow, that's brutal. 3, 2, 1. Falcons.
Chiefs. Tony Gonzalez.
Nice, dude. Ooh, that's so good. I was staring at your freaking screen down there too, like an idiot, as you pooped on me. 3-1. Wipe the floor. You had some fun pulls there. Tight end.
Finally got my leg back.
Yeah, that was tough. I got whooped.
Dude, I've been there before. I know how it feels.
It's funny because as I was saying,
stronger.
Yeah, well, okay. Until next week. As I was saying Falcons, I was like, who do I know on the Falcons? I mean, not nobody, but once the other team is said, it kind of snaps you into this whole. Yeah,
your brain goes through like a whole list. It's so weird. You pick one player from one team, and then you go, "Did he play for this one?" And then
you
keep
find
on doing it. Yeah,
yeah. I don't know if the fans think we're stupid or think it's impressive.
It's hard. No, it's hard. Play this game with your friends.
We're doing it with other sports too, like any sport.
We're doing it with soccer. We're doing it with football. We're doing it with basketball. We gotta get more baseball in there. I need to get my baseball repertoire up there. My Rolodex is not.
We should rip some F1 teams, but I don't know how many drivers are switching that often.
That'd be a fun one. We can try it one time, definitely.
Yeah. All right, Abe. Well, I think we should start with the NFL. Like I said, we will do the team of the quarter century. We'll have our little debate there. But let's just start with what's going on and some recent news.
I want to sneak in one more thing though here.
Sure.
We did. I don't know if for sure we announced that it's episode 53, but we did not give our athletes that have sported that number 53.
You are correct, man. And as well, we're co-hosts, but as the person who usually announces the episode, I'd like to formally apologize.
It's okay. We just made them wait a little bit.
You have the floor, so you can name your player.
Can I go with, I'm not sure if this is going to be correct, but it's a baseball player, Bobby Abreu?
No.
That was your guy?
Yes, you can go with Bobby Abreu indeed.
Okay.
I do have another, which ironically is the first person since Bobby Abreu to wear the number 53 for the Phillies, Adolis Garcia. I think that's how you say his name. I believe
this is the guy we just traded for as well.
I don't know if we traded for him or if we just signed him. We'll see how he pans out. He had a great year with the Rangers 2 years ago. Had some injuries last year and wasn't great. But, I'm happy. I'd rather have him than Castellanos, and that's exactly what's happening. So
he's going to go out there in right field as well.
Yeah. Well, Castellanos, I don't think we're going to re-sign or we're going to try to move him. I highly doubt that. Those two are not the type to share time. They're both starters in the MLB. So
got you.
Even though they're both rostered right now, they won't be opening day.
So is this the guy he's jacked, right? Like he's
yeah.
Exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah,
he's a crazy looking guy.
Yeah,
I think Philly's going to love him if he plays well. I mean, he had a 40-plus home run season. So
okay, I love that. Him and
especially if that
Schwartz.
happens. Yeah, and I believe he's got to be right-handed. If we signed a lefty bat, man. No, he's right-handed for sure. Yeah, but good comms. It is indeed episode 53.
Can you think of anybody else sporting a 53?
I mean, there's got to be linebackers out there.
Yeah. I got nothing.
Can you hear this bugger right now? I can. Feel,
yeah, I can.
I can't hear him that well, but I can like see him making noises. I can feel
see his
him
mouth
vibrating.
moving. Yeah. He just wants to get on the pod.
Yeah, he's just been eating good. Maybe he's got the farts or something. All right, let me open up my iPad, Abe. But I think what we had on there first was the incredible performance from Derrick Henry that we can talk about.
Yeah, we definitely have to shout out him coming through for his team in a time of need, and also for fantasy owners out there. If you're in the championship game, he may have just won you a title this year because he had 4 TDs. I don't know the exact amount of yards, but
I think close to 250.
Close to 250. Yeah. And, carried Baltimore without Lamar Jackson to a victory when they needed it the most. And Derrick Henry has been relatively quiet, not Derrick Henry like the entire season, but to have this performance in week 17 was really great for him and his team.
Abe, I'm glad you brought that up. Obviously, not the Derrick Henry part. I knew you were going to bring that up because it's on the agenda. But the idea that he didn't have a great season. Now, I don't mean to say you're necessarily wrong there, but I traded for Derrick Henry. I traded Javonte Williams for him, actually, which I took a stab at believing in a Hall of Famer on a good offense. Still has a lot in him, but I'd say I was wrong-ish. And the reason I say that is because I traded for him in week 5. Week 6, he was RB13, then RB9, then RB14, then 22. So I think there I was kind of like, dang, all right, low end RB1, because that looks like 14, 19, 13, and 11.
Okay.
But then he was RB8, 5, 11. So 20, 23, 17. And then 2 bad weeks, I'll give you that. He had 11 and 10. But then he went for 23 again, and then obviously 46. Compared to Javonte Williams, he actually outperformed him in the same span. So I think there's a little bit of expectation bias here where
definitely.
Not a bad trade from Mike. I sent him Zay Flowers and Drake London too, and he also added CD Lamb to his side of the deal. I think it was relatively fair. It's a good trade from 2 brilliant people, honestly. But no, not all that being said, I think Derrick Henry being so great makes his season look not
as impressive,
exceptional. I mean, he was RB1 week 1 too, not to mention with a little quiet 30 bomb. So. I don't know where he's going to end up on the season. Where is it now? It should tell me. Summary.
Probably pretty high. I mean, those numbers
he's RB7 on the year. RB7 on the year, So
it's a first round pick.
Anyway, well, 26 overall, but I guess you exclude quarterbacks because they're a little bit weird. Anyway, I just wanted to. He had a phenomenal game. Definitely did not expect anything like this, but I do want to just say I think Derrick's getting some disrespect here. Wouldn't draft him next year. But I'm just saying, I think he did a little bit better than we thought. What do you think about that?
Now that you say the numbers, obviously it sounds a lot better than what it felt like. He's, as you stated, a Hall of Fame running back. He'll go in there first ballot, no doubt, one of the greatest running backs of this era. But it didn't feel like he had a connected season where everything was just going right for him. Like he had fumbles and he never fumbles. There were just things.
Well, and I'll give you this too
going on with that team.
I'm not going to go back to the stats, but I think there were a couple games there where he snuck in 2, maybe 3 touchdowns, and it was really like a 45 to 60 yard rushing game. So to your point, like it still wasn't vintage Derrick Henry 27 points. It was, I caught 2 balls in a PPR league for 3 yards and then, snuck in 3 1-yard touchdowns. So it's but anyway, he had a legitimate 4-touchdown, 250-yard game this weekend. So if you did manage to get to the championship, like Abe mentioned, and have him on your team, good luck. You've
Well
probably won.
done. Well done.
Well done.
Hopefully you win some money. And then there's another guy on that list. He played against the Jets, but he did his thing as well. But Drake May had 5 throwing touchdowns in this game. I believe he might have had a rushing touchdown in there as well. But
I think he did.
he was absolutely lights out. I mean, like I said, again, they played the Jets, but you play who's in front of you, and he was absolutely dominant. And the Patriots are having a hell of a season, and he's the leader of that, and he really, really performed. And again, if you had him for fantasy, he may have won you a title. It's one of those players.
Yeah, I mean, 5 touchdowns obviously is great no matter how you slice it, you're happy with it, but I think it was 35-3 at halftime, and
Mhm.
not that you let up in pro sports ever, but you run different plays. You're trying to run the clock out respectfully as opposed to taking Hail Marys just because you can. Like if the hole opens up, the running back's obviously going to
He's
take it
not
and
going to not
run,
score.
but
That's even more disrespectful.
yeah, you might run, every time you get the ball up 35 points, you run it on first and second, and you try to get a first down on third, maybe. And if you don't, whatever, here's a
Mhm.
punt. So that notwithstanding, like I said, Drake made 5 touchdowns was great. Probably could have been 7 or 8 if it was, if
Competitive game.
who did they end up? The Jets, you said, yeah.
Yeah,
If
the
the Jets
Jets.
were actually scoring,
Yeah.
yeah, cool. All right. So quick, I guess, Abe, before we get into the New Year's Eve special, we'll call it, with this whole team of the quarter century,
Yeah.
let's talk about the playoff picture. A lot went down last week. I think some of what we said came to fruition. And then obviously some of it not, because we are in fact dumb at the end of the day.
We make
But
guesses sometimes.
yeah, one thing I do want to talk about though is the who was it? The Lions. Are the Lions still, cuz I don't think they put themselves, yeah, they're eliminated. And I
They're out
can't
of the
believe
playoffs.
this, but the Vikings and Lions end up with the
The
same
same
record at
record.
8-8. Can you
Yeah.
believe that?
I cannot. The Vikings were, I think, 3-8 at one point, and with backup quarterbacks, they're on their third and fourth string quarterbacks, and they've continued to fight. And he's just got O'Connell's got the guys locked in, and they've been performing well the last 4 or 5 weeks. I can't believe they are tied up right now with the Lions in terms of record. I don't have any words for that. It's
Yeah,
just
it's really
incredible.
unbelievable. I'm looking at, I mean, a few random statistics, I suppose, here, but just like simple ESPN, the point differential for the Lions is plus 65. Um, that outranks every single team except that monster 3 over in the NFC West.
Hmm.
Every other team in the NFC, they have a better point differential, but they will not be in the playoffs. I believe they have the most points scored at 462.
That offense is high caliber.
No, the
Defense.
Seahawks have 470 and the Rams have 4. So again, other than that AFC West, they have the most points scored in the whole NFC. I mean, sucks to be the Lions, I suppose, but man, I don't know. I can't believe that I end up with the same record as the Vikings. I had a total. If I wasn't looking at it, I would have guessed that the Lions had 3 to 5 more wins than the Vikings this year.
You would think so, with the way that the offense was capable of playing, and they have played obviously, but they just can't really stop anybody, I guess. I mean, because their offense has been pretty good. Jared Goff had a poor week this week, but for the
Three
rest of
game
the season,
losing streak too.
that's
So they
tough to
were eight and
swallow.
five in reasonable position.
Hmm.
Vikings win 4 straight to end the season.
Hmm.
Or I mean, we'll see what happens this weekend, but ultimately, I can see who they're both eliminated, and most
Yeah,
people have clinched.
dude, I want to give a shout out kind of to Jay Jettis as well. Like most wide receivers, you think have this like huge ego, they need the ball. He's been kind of quiet in Minnesota. He hasn't been getting the ball as much with third and fourth string quarterbacks, but I haven't seen like any real fuss out of him. I mean, there was a couple antics on the sideline, I think, last game, but nothing in the media. He's been just like a pro's pro. So I think you have to give him respect there.
Yeah, yeah. I totally agree. My only thing about that is that I feel like that should be the standard.
It's
When
not
you
though, as you know, wide receivers.
Yeah, but it's just so weird to me. Like maybe it's something when your team's winning or your team is supposed to be on paper good and you're not getting the ball. Like that's when the TOs and the AJ Browns and the Randy Mosses of the world, like that Culpepper Vikings team or that McNabb Eagles team or the current Eagles roster right now, whoever that is, they have an expectation of winning. So maybe that's the difference where um, it's not totally the case
Hmm.
with Jefferson this year because they weren't really competitive and there were so many quarterback injuries.
Yeah.
But that notwithstanding, he handled it very well. But maybe because
I just saying, just because you've seen other receivers in similar situations have their voice be heard
yeah. No, you're right.
to
You're
the
right. I don't
biggest
even know what I'm
extent.
trying to say really. I guess
No,
from
I
my
get what you're trying to
perspective,
say.
it's like the
It
team's
should be a
losing.
profession.
So
Yeah.
it's like I'm kind of just pissed that we're losing. I don't even have time to think about that. I'm not getting the ball. And
Hmm.
he kind of got targeted. And it's like, yeah, my quarterback's bad. I don't know. It's not like he's
He's throwing it
trying.
at my
He's just
ankle.
not that good. Like, what am I supposed to say to that question?
Yeah.
That's where I get a little bit confused sometimes. No, maybe not. I don't know. I think the expectation again weighs heavily here, like with AJ Brown and oh, we're winning, but I only got 2 catches. That's
Hmm.
where the diva part comes in.
Hmm.
Whereas Jefferson's probably just pissed that they're losing in general too.
Yeah.
I guess last quick thing I mentioned it a couple times here. The NFC picture. So two things quick. The NFC West: Seahawks, Niners, Rams. That Niners can still end up on top. The Rams cannot. So we'll see how this weekend goes. But that NFC West is so strong. I mean, that might be the first, second, and third contender in the NFC in the whole league. Actually, now that
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
are your thoughts on the Seahawks, Niners, and Rams potentially being the 1, 2, and 3
Power in
seeds
the power rankings.
across the NFL?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I can completely get on board with that. Those teams have been incredibly well, and they played both sides of the ball as well, which is phenomenal. It's why their records are what they are. And I am in agreement with you to the fullest extent that they should be up there in the power rankings as maybe the top 1, 2, and 3 teams
I
in the whole NFL.
honestly, looking at the seeding, I think I'm willing to die on that sword because only other team that you could potentially put in the mix there is going to be the Patriots. And just because of the record that Mike mentioned a couple weeks ago, or
Yeah,
sorry, the schedule,
yeah,
excuse
right,
me,
right.
um, plus the loss to the Bills, if I'm not mistaken, right? Not that that's like weighing, completely, but they did blow a huge lead against the Bills. Um, I think I have those that NFC West. This might be a historically great conference or
Absolutely,
division.
absolutely. It feels the same as the NFC North last year, but I think these teams may be slightly ahead of,
Stronger.
yeah,
Yeah.
what we saw from the NFC North last year.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think these three actually make more noise in the playoffs.
I w-
Okay, quick before we get back over to the AFC, Ave,
yeah.
I want to talk about the Eagles and the competitiveness. This is for all the hometown Hoopers out there. Uh, we may bench our starters this week. Now, that means we will be the 3 seed.
Yeah.
And so that means we will have a home game against the 4 seed, who will be,
We
the
will
6
play.
seed,
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
which would be
The Rams right now as it
the
currently
Ram.
stands.
Yes, it was the Rams or the Niners.
Niners, yeah. Those
Or
are
we get the
both good
2
teams.
seed, yes. Or if we start our starters and win and the Bears lose, we would get a home game against the Carolina Panthers or something like
No, the
that, or the
Panthers
Bucks.
should, as the divisional winners, they should get the home game, I believe.
You're correct. So then I think it's more about the
The
second game.
Packers.
Oh, you're right. So then we would
Yeah.
play the Packers. So, that's why there's 2 of us and I'm not staring into this phone like an idiot. So I am totally I'm totally fine benching the starters. It worked last year. We won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We didn't care about Saquon's record,
Mhm.
but that was the only thing on the line. Now, with all that being said, I just want to bring up, I think a big reason we won the Super Bowl was also because the Commanders upset the Lions and we were
Mhm.
the 2 seed.
Yeah.
And with the Lions losing and us being the 2 seed, that meant we had home field advantage all the way through. If we're the 3 seed, we need 2 dominoes to fall.
Right.
And if we're the 3 seed, it means we play Rams, Niners, and then likely go to the Seahawks. I don't think that's an impossible, journey, but
It's a
I'd
tougher
much
battle.
rather only need who's the one dude, the Seahawks lose and we now have home field advantage.
It's a
I
big
think
if, though. It's a big if.
Yeah, but it's an if. We can still control a lot because we're in the 2 seed. It's still more advantageous.
Absolutely.
I think for me, I end up landing on start the lineup unless you're injured, I guess. Like, don't start Dickerson if he's still hobbling on the ankle, but
don't
start
Lane
everybody who's
Johnson.
healthy.
I don't know where I fall on this sword. I think with the way the season,
we go to the Bears or something like that as the 3 seed.
Yeah, with the
not the Seahawks. We go to the Bears in the second round. We go to Chicago. So maybe that's a little bit less scary. And you say, whatever, just bench the guys, have them be healthy, 2 weeks worth of game planning for the first round. If the Bears win in the first round, which they likely will, we can go to Chicago and beat them. That's that's pretty much what you have to tell yourself.
Yeah, I can get on board with that. Like I said, I think I would lean towards benching them if you're only gaining one position, and then there's still a major if the Seahawks lose. I don't think you play the game that way, so I would look to bench.
But remember, the Seahawks are playing a divisional opponent because it's going to be the Rams or Niners in that last spot, I think.
Okay, and it'll be the third time playing them this year. It's hard to beat teams when you play them.
They just know them. I don't know. It's like the Commanders can always beat the Eagles. Anyway,
ultimately,
I would start.
I land on resting.
Resting. Okay, well, good. I'm glad we disagree.
Get them rested up. I mean, it's a long season. They're playing 17, games now. We've been banged up, especially the O-line. Just get in the playoffs and then see what we can do.
Beautiful. Okay, AFC picture, super simple. Everybody's clinched. We got the Patriots, the Bills, the Jaguars, the Texans, the Broncos, the Chargers. The only people left are the Steelers and the Ravens.
Pittsburgh.
And Mike Tomlin is loving where he's at because either this guy wins and he's in the playoffs, or he loses and he's 9-8 again, which is his favorite thing in the world. So
he never had a season below 500. That's insane.
That is correct. So I'm going to take a look. I actually don't know who they're playing this week.
I believe they play each other now.
Oh, is that right?
I believe that's the case.
No way.
I believe in both cases, in the AFC and the NFC, they play each other. Pittsburgh Steelers will be playing the Baltimore Ravens Sunday, January 4th, 8:20 p.m.
Sunday night game. That is electric.
It's 2 divisional rivals.
It's in Pittsburgh.
That's going to be a fun one.
I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're correct about that.
Wow.
I've been pulling for the Ravens to make it in since that midseason form dip of the Steelers. I not sure if Lamar's going to play with this one. I mean, obviously they won without him last week, but he brings a new dynamic. If his back is good to go, I would take the Ravens if Lamar's going this Sunday.
I don't know if I would take. No, I'm going to take the Ravens too, but the fact that it's in Pittsburgh really does change a lot. Here's the thing. I want to see the Ravens win because I think they're more of a threat in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I know that they were ugly throughout the whole year, but preseason sideline banter feared the Ravens.
As they should.
They had some ups and downs, but if preseason you feared them, it means that they're probably a potential threat in the playoffs. And I know I went on a little Derrick Henry rant earlier. I'm taking a look at the matchup here, Ave. Did you know? Not only did Derrick Henry have a decent year, I'm looking at his stats right now. Guess how many yards he has on the year?
Rushing, just rushing?
Just rushing, yeah.
1,300.
1,470. And guess how many touchdowns?
Oh, above 10, maybe 13?
16.
Wow. No, that's a career year.
That's a good year. 1,500 yards. Year. I mean, he's got one game left, but let's call it 1,500 yards and 17 touchdowns. I mean,
Yeah,
It's a good year. I'm
that's a
looking at
career year.
Jalen Warren. I feel
People.
like people would say Jalen Warren had a great year. He's got 900 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns.
That's just everything's just relative, you know.
This is
We
so
expect
crazy.
so much from Derrick Henry, as we
I don't mean to
stated,
put
future Hall of Famer, but it's all relative.
Yeah, and I don't mean to put you or anybody on blast. I'm putting myself on. I didn't know this either. I just the reason I
Also,
learned
4
this is
TDs
because
last
I had
game
him on
helps a lot.
my. Oh, true. That's a good point. Yeah, but honestly, if you told me 13, like you guessed, would you have said 13 before my rant
No, I probably
earlier?
would have said like 8 or 9.
Yeah, I would have said 8 or 9. Anyway, King Derek still got it. I think I got the Ravens. You said you have the Ravens too?
Yeah, I think I do. I got the Ravens.
Okay. In that
Don't know what
case,
the spread is, but I think Ravens money line is where you want to be this weekend.
yeah, and I think that'll get them in as the 4 seed in the
And they'll get a
AFC.
home game. One of these teams is going to get a home game. That's what's so crazy about the NFL's divisions.
Yeah.
The teams sitting at 12 that have 12 wins that are going away in the playoffs.
It is fun though because it makes those divisional games so great.
Yeah, definitely. It's all worth it. It's just like the way it comes out some years, like this year, it just looks a little funny.
Right. Okay, I think it's only fair to the fans and the non-fans who listen to give them a Super Bowl prediction before we move on to that next segment. So I guess I'm willing to put myself on the hot seat here, Eighth. But
you go
I'm
first,
also,
yeah.
Oh shit! Okay, I was gonna say I'll also hand it off if you want to.
I'll go. You want me to go?
I mean, yeah.
You want me to go?
Yeah, let me hear who you got in the playoff.
All right, so I'm just looking at the.
Don't tell me your winner yet.
Okay, I'm just looking at the teams that we see that have clinched already. I don't think the teams that are fighting for the playoff spot will make that much noise in playoffs. But out of the AFC, it's got to be the Buffalo Bills. They, like I said last week, they have to make.
Wow.
They have to make the championship game.
They're not even winning their division.
I know, but this is Josh Allen without. If Lamar makes the playoffs, that'll make it a little bit more interesting. But there's no Joe Burrow, as we stated before, and there's no Mahomes. So I think it's Josh Allen's year to win. So it has to be Josh Allen. And then my sneaky second pick would probably be the Texans. I think they've been playing great ball this last stretch of the year. Their defense is the truth. So that'd be my 1A to make the Super Bowl. And then on the NFC, oh man, this team did not look great last night, but I still believe in them this year. So I'm gonna go with the LA Rams as my NFC favorite. So I would have it Bills versus Rams for the championship.
Dave, we're a small podcast, and there's a reason for that. You know, people like Stephen A. and Max Kellerman and Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, that they have these big shows. They can do side podcasts and still have all these fans, no matter who they're talking to, and it's because of controversy.
Controversy.
And this moment right here is why we're a small podcast, because we just don't have the controversy. Everything you just said, I couldn't have said better. It is word for word what I would have said to the whole Texans being your potential black horse in the AFC. I didn't believe in their offense, if you remember a couple weeks ago. I'm wrong. I was wrong. They can move the ball,
doing all the things,
or they can move the ball at least well enough for that defense to cover their ass. So, yeah, I mean, let's move on. I totally agree. I think Bills Rams, and I think we. Oh, do we?
I have another dark horse in the AFC. My 1B, my 1C.
You're 2. I guess you're 2B. I don't, and I'll stand on that.
Okay. The Jacksonville Jags.
No.
How do you feel about that one? They've been playing great ball. They've been winning games. Trevor Lawrence.
Wrong.
Has been the guy that we expected him to be this whole time, this entire season. I do like the Jags.
They look great. They really do look great. I just don't think they're ready for a Super Bowl, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. It's a fun
You
other.
don't. You never
It's a
know
fun
until they
second
do it.
black horse. Yeah, no, I agree.
So those
Yeah,
are my three teams to look out for in the AFC. But damn, we're on the same page. We need to go. But we're just too, we're just too on point. We're just too
yeah,
factual. Like we're just too good at this. That's the
yeah, yeah.
problem.
Okay, so how about this? Let's do our Super Bowl winner on 3, since we're so in tune.
Okay.
I thought I was very sure of mine, and then now I don't know.
I'm more sure of one team, so I'm gonna go with them.
Me too. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Rams.
Rams. Oh wow. Okay, well there it is. I
Yeah.
guess I got to text Brielle and let her know there's a NFL playoff bracket graphic we need built. The sideline banter playoff bracket.
Yes, please do. That's crazy that we're on the same page. But I think the Rams are the best team in football. The quarterback down to their defense, down to their coach, just everything lines up, and I do think they're gonna win the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess me too. You keep saying exactly what I'm going to say. So, okay, Ave. Finally, I mean, I know I'm the one kind of nerding out about it. I've had the thought about it probably a little bit more than you, but this whole team of the quarter century in FIFA, they have team of the week, team of the player of the month, team of the year. I think they probably have that in NFL and other ultimate team video games as well. But it's nothing different than an all-star team or the NBA top 75 or all pro. So I think it's interesting to do team of the quarter century, as this is a New Year's special episode and we are finishing the first 25 years of the 2000s decade.
Okay.
So with that being said, I want you to consider only players that have, I mean, they can have played in the 90s. They don't have, I mean, if they played
But
in the
just for
90s, that's
this,
fine. You just
their
can't
stats in
count
this
it.
decade. Yeah.
Correct.
For this quarter century, sorry.
I mean, since I've kind of been thinking about it, I'm happy to kind of get the juices flowing for you if you'd like. But if you are kind of hot to name some players, we can talk about the O-line if you'd like, but let's start with skill positions and quarterback and even the defense. O-line for me, I can name who I think would probably get there, but it's just not that deep for me yet. So let's just start with skill positions and see what we think.
Okay. So in terms of quarterback, I'm thinking of 3 guys that are at the top of my list. We can obviously walk through them, but it's obviously Tom Brady,
Sure.
Peyton Manning.
Sure.
And then he hasn't played the longest, but I'm going to include him in there anyway because I think he's that good. But I would say Pat Mahomes. Those are my three guys that I would store in like the top 3.
I love the 3. I think there's maybe one other that you can sneak in there in Aaron Rodgers. But I don't think it really matters because I think at the end of the day, our guy's Tom Brady.
Yes.
Okay. Easy enough. Tom Brady, for sure, our quarterback for our team of the quarter century team.
Yes.
If you disagree with this or have any other opinions,
you're wrong.
Can you relax for a sec? He's having I think he's got a fart or something.
Chavi doesn't, dude. He's maybe he's a Mahomes guy. I don't know. Or
Yeah,
Manning,
maybe.
or Manning guy. He could.
These freaking this new generation, man. We don't know ball. Okay, so Tom Brady, the king himself, is going to be our quarterback of the quarter century. Ave, on to running back. Do you want to share your thoughts, or should I?
So running back, there's like a billion names that come to my mind, but I would like to hear your thoughts on some of these guys.
Okay. Now some of this feels like fandom, and then some of this is going to have to be logic test, rationality, of course. So I think the big names that come to mind for me are Adrian Peterson, LaDainian Tomlinson, and then honestly, you get to people like Le'Veon Bell, because that 3 to 4 year prime was really crazy. Not Chris Johnson, but like maybe he had the best. He had that best 1 year. All that being said, I mean, Frank Gore, I don't really put up there as a really great back. He's more of a longevity guy, even though he had all those yards and whatnot.
Consistency,
You
have McCaffrey in there?
I was gonna say, you have guys like McCaffrey and Todd Gurley, who I think fall into that I don't know, maybe a little bit too injury prone and didn't win enough category. For me, I think the first two guys that I mentioned,
I think it's because
unless
you're an Oklahoma
unless
fan. No, just
yeah,
kidding.
unless I'm forgetting anybody else, but I think it's going to be between Peterson. I mean, you have
And
the Sean
LT.
Alexanders, but they I think it's just life too or career a
Madden
little bit too
cover.
short.
Yeah.
You have Marshall Falks and the
Marshall
Warren
Fox was
Duns.
early,
Yeah,
early
yeah, he was a
2000s.
'90s guy. So my vote's going to end up being LaDainian Tomlinson, Ave, but I think I have AP as a close second.
I agree with that. I love LT, what he done for the game. AP is a very, very close second.
Priest Holmes, I think.
You
I
could
mean,
throw him in
he
there.
again was a '90s guy too, but he was the early 2000s. He was incredible. But sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. LT, takes the crown.
LT takes the cake, but AP, oh my God. Like
Love
before
him.
surgery, after surgery, just insane. I remember having him on my fantasy team when he had like he had my fantasy team put up 200 plus points in a non PPR league. Like that's how good he was.
Yeah,
He was so good. And a fun one because he's my favorite running back. I don't think he's close to these guys, but like just a conversation. I think maybe he gets in there, maybe he doesn't. But Shady McCoy,
yeah.
just a fun one, just like an exciting back that just was good, made all the moves, made people look silly. It's just
Yeah,
like a fan favorite.
I think he could be in the tier of greatest of the quarter century if we're tier listing them, even though he's not the number one of the
Yeah,
top tier.
yeah,
And if he's not in the top tier, I would say he's in the top of the second tier. But
yeah.
Shady McCoy is definitely a good shout.
And just a fun one, just like a fan favorite, and just an exciting running back.
Yeah.
But
eh,
ultimately, LT.
yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm glad we're in agreement there. I think for wide receivers and tight ends, it's best to go 2 wide receivers and 1 tight end.
Mm-hmm.
And so, with that in mind, I guess we can start with the wide receivers, a little bit more popular of a position.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Do you want to go like one for one here? Because I can name a million wide receivers, and then we can break it down to where we see them.
I mean, we can go one for one, Ave, but
Mm-hmm.
for me, I have one that stands out among the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I want to say I have, oh my gosh.
There's so many.
I want to say I have 5 for number 2.
Okay.
So do you feel that way too, or do you feel like you have a bunch of people that could interchange at 1?
So who's your number one? Is your number one Andy Moss?
Yeah.
Okay.
So or do you feel that way as well or not really?
Yeah, I do. I do. I mean, there's a couple guys that could
I do.
fight for that. I mean, Calvin Johnson up there,
Calvin Johnson is certainly on that list of
Terrell
5 for me.
Owens.
Well, let's just all I want to say is
He's the number one guy.
if you feel there are other people who can fight for the number 1 guy, then it should make the second part of this easier. But are we okay to lock in Randy Moss and let's just talk about the second receiver?
I'm okay with that. That's fine.
Okay. In that case, my other 5 are you mentioned Owens, Calvin Johnson,
Yep.
Marvin Harrison Jr. or Marvin Harrison Sr.
I was about to say junior in the conversation. It's crazy.
Julio Jones,
Yes.
and Antonio Brown.
Yes.
So we got to pick one of those 5, if you ask me.
That is so difficult. I mean, I'd probably go for the most dominant then, and I don't know if the stats will back this up, but the most dominant out of those guys in terms of like physical presence and just like the wide receiver positioning, it's got to be Calvin. And then Julio's up there too, but Calvin.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I was putting a little something together, and I ended up going with Julio for my first draft, like before sending it to you.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go with Calvin. I think we're a little bit silly not going with T.O. for some reason, though.
I know T.O.'s great too, and he did in multiple stops. He played the Super Bowl with a broken leg, like 6 weeks after surgery. Had 120 yards of tug. It's pick your pick. It's really, I don't know. It's really how personal you feel about it. It's super difficult. The margins are so small between all these guys. Even I think the Randy Moss, the margins are small, but these guys are all goated.
Yeah, I do still just think Randy Moss is clear of the rest of them, no matter how you slice it. Oh gosh. All right. Well, let's on three. On three, we got to say our number two,
Okay.
and if we don't say the same person, we'll find another way to figure this out. But let's give like 10 seconds of silence.
Of deep thought. Of deep thought.
Yeah. Deep thought. Deep.
I'm gonna ask God for some prayers. Let's see.
Okay. Who do I believe? Who do I truly believe is the second best receiver? Okay, I'm ready.
Reluctantly, I'm ready as well.
First and last name. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Calvin
Johnson.
Johnson.
Wow, dude, we are on the same page today. This is crazy.
We're literally the same person.
All right, so Calvin Johnson is our wide receiver 2, and Abe, that leaves tight end. We can maybe talk about O-line. That might just come out in the Instagram graphic because football's taking too long. So
yeah.
Tight end, again, handful. I want to say 3. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but oh no, I am. There's 4. There's 4 tight ends you could
Melvin's
possibly.
guy.
Oh, I had Melvin's guy. I actually forgot about Travis Swift.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about him either.
Yeah.
All right, there's 4 guys.
I have Tony G.
Yeah.
I have Antonio G.
Yeah.
I have Kelsey G. No, Travis Kelsey. And Rob G.
Yeah, Robbie G.
A lot of G's.
Real G's moving silence like my designer.
I think I could rank these guys. We're like a little bit young for Tony Gonzalez, but video games helps us like kind of get a gauge for that. I feel like. Are you good, bro?
Tony G is just like the originator. I mean, I guess we had like Shannon Sharp before him, but
so I think I could, like, if you want to do a countdown and see if we land on the same one and just roll with it, we can. But
I don't think we're gonna land on the same guy.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
You want a 3, 2, 1 it?
Yeah. If not, we can just talk through our rankings and see who like ends up like on both sides closer to the top. But all right, 3, 2, 1.
Tony
Rob
G.
Gronkowski. Ooh.
Yeah, I knew we weren't gonna end up on the same guy.
Well, Tony G's my 2. Is Rob your 2? Hopefully not.
Robbie G. Antonio Gates. Antonio Gates, the consistency was just ridiculous, and that pairing with Phillip Rivers. That's the thing. Like it's all about the pairing as well. Like the Tom Brady Gronk.
But think about like the catches that were made in the yak.
Gronk's too, and the winning as well.
That's a problem.
So we got to go for one.
Yeah, because your 1 is my 2 and your 2 is my 1.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Sure. Best of 1.
You ready to go?
Best of 1, yeah.
You got to be on cam.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Fuck. All right, Tony G.
Tony G it is.
Sorry for cussing in front of you, baby. I won't do it again.
He'll learn all those words. It's okay.
Okay. On to the defense, Abe. Hopefully this is a little bit quicker. Or should we just not do defense?
I don't think we should do defense.
Sport? All right, no defense. I think I'll maybe make Brielle put a defense on it.
Yeah, we can do it internally for sure.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to basketball. Why don't you run us through? Let's not even do the standings. Can you just break that news about the best player in the league?
Yeah. All right. Coming off of Christmas Day, we're talking about the games, but Jokic put up a stat line for the ages. Which I mean, honestly, if you saw this stat line and like there's no name attached to it, you would think of Jokic, but this dude put up 55, 16, and 15 in a win on Christmas Day.
You're speechless. Look at you.
One of the best basketball players I have seen with my own 2 eyes. He's like a bigger LeBron that's less athletic, but can do things. But I don't even know. You can't compare him to anybody. But anyways, 55, 16, and 15 Christmas Day numbers insane. But unfortunately, he not in this game, but in the game after it, he went down with the knee injury. And it just came out today that they're going to bench him for a month. So he's going to be out for 4 weeks without Jokic in Denver. Just very, very unfortunate because I love to watch him play.
Yeah, it's a major bummer. I mean, their goal at this point is going to be to make the playoffs and hopefully hang on until he can get back.
But
And
he is the whole
hopefully,
team. It's
yeah,
the thing.
exactly.
That's the problemo.
It it it's not like they were going to be the 1 seed ever, but I think what hurts them most is how early they'd have to play. Either, I guess, really OKC
OKC
is the
or the
only,
Spurs.
but it's the only team. I don't know that they fear the Spurs.
They should.
They maybe should, but I think really they're focused on OKC at this point. They took OKC to 7 last year. Don't forget.
Yeah. It was a great
Um,
series.
but anyway, that notwithstanding, I think it can just take them from. Dude, you taking a smash down there? I think it takes them from like a 4 seed where they're at now, maybe down to a 7 or 8 seed. But I mean, 1 month doesn't take us to the playoffs. So
No. He should be
Jokic will have
back
time
by
to come back.
February.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
It definitely
everything goes
stinks
well.
though. And it is an interesting segue into the most, what I've mentioned most so far and what is potentially annoying, but the team of the century, Abe, because I do think Jokic, the quarter century, excuse me, I do think Jokic is the only player to cause a problem in the starting lineup. I think the rest of it is
Yeah.
actually pretty easy to put together.
Yeah. So there's two players there's one player that I'd swap him out for. And that player that I'm thinking of is Kevin Durant. I don't know if you're in the same boat as me.
I am not on the same boat as you because Kevin Durant actually doesn't even make my lineup. So
Okay, so who is your top five?
Kevin Durant actually ranks behind Jokic. Maybe a couple spots, but probably just the spot. No, probably 2 spots behind Jokic.
Okay.
But my starting 5, and let me know where I'm wrong here, but the point guard's got to be Steph Curry. He is the best, if not the second best. At worst, he's the second best point guard of all time.
Yeah.
I guess that's not true. At worst, he's 3rd or 4th, but he's the 2nd or 1st in reality. I think some people might be like, oh, Oscar Robertson or Russell Westbrook, but it's
Yeah.
Steph Curry. Regardless, I have Kobe Bryant at the shooting guard.
Yeah.
You can have maybe a couple James Harden years, but it's Kobe. The 3 is LeBron.
The 4
is Tim Duncan.
And then the 5 is Shaq.
And the 5 is Shaq.
Yeah.
I think your closest arguments. I think there are a lot of great players that are left off the list. Obviously, there's Giannis, there's Dirk, there's KD, there's Dwayne Wade, there's James Harden, there's Russell Westbrook. There's all these people. But I think the only real argument to actually swap the player, like to actually, you talk about Jordan and Kobe, and it's like, yes, Kobe is great, but there's no real argument for him being better than Jordan. There just isn't. They're the same player, except one's a little bit worse.
Yeah.
And no matter how great he is.
Yeah.
I think the only real switch is Jokic for Shaq. And I like more than I think it's close. I think the multiple MVPs, the finals championship, and obviously MVP, and the unbelievable PER, like historically better than Wilt Chamberlain and Michael Jordan and everybody who's got, LeBron and Anthony Davis, who are always at the top of that category. I mean, that's it. I'll stop talking because I just rambled, but I think there are a lot of great players. Giannis, a ton of people off the list. The only person I could actually switch is Jokic for Shaq, but I won't do it.
Could you do a Jokic for Tim Duncan? I think that's a better conversation, even though you'd have 2 centers, but I think just like the overall, just you're picking the best players. Could you do Jokic for Timmy D? Because I think Shaq's the most dominant player that's ever played the basketball ever, especially this early 2000s. I can't keep him off this list. And I love Timmy D.
I'm not going to. No.
You're not going to take
because.
So do you think it's closer between Timmy D and Jokic, or it's closer between Jokic and Shaq?
Jokic and Shaq.
I would go opposite.
I know, but Tim Duncan has 5 championships in the
Multiple
2000s.
Defensive Player of the Years.
He has like
MVPs.
the most wins in the 2000s, other than LeBron. He's got defensive player of the years, multiple MVPs. Those Spurs teams, I mean, I guess you can say, oh, the coaching. Yeah, but like that's kind of weak. But like outside of Tim Duncan, did they have a great player? I mean, yes, Tony Parker was great. Ginobili was
the
Mr. Six Man.
man.
He like made the six man cool. Like that's not a real thing.
They've had complimentary pieces like a Bruce
and don't
Bowen,
forget,
Michael
they
Finley,
won.
Robert Horry.
Right, and they won in 15.
David Robinson.
They won in did they win in 11?
No, the Mavs won in 11.
So,
they won in 14. They won in 07. They won in
05.
Yeah, 05 because the Heat won in 06.
But they have 5 championships. Duncan's got 5.
They won back-to-backs, I think, like
3 in
98 or 99 and 2000. Because then the Lakers had a three-peat.
I thought Lakers had 99, 2000, and oh, you're right. So maybe I can't count all those championships for Duncan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. So that was the last century.
I guess
so we're just talking from 2000 to 2005, and then that window starts with Shaq.
Yeah. Well, that's the same thing for Shaq, though, because Shaq, he didn't win, but he had great Magic years that we can't count.
Yeah, but his most dominant years were when he won those 3 championships.
But I still don't put Jokic because it's the center. I think I'd have to go with Giannis.
I think Jokic is the better player, so I'd go Jokic there maybe. Potentially. I don't know. If we can exclude Timmy D because of the 2 championships outside of this window, even though he was phenomenal in those championship runs.
I can't figure out if they won or not.
Won what?
Like won the championship in these years that I'm looking at.
So they won in, like I said, they won in 99 and 2000, and then it should be Lakers 3-peat, Pistons, and then Spurs in 05, Heat in 06, Spurs in 07, 08's the Celtics, 9 and 10 Lakers, 11 Mavs, 12-13 Heat, 14 would be the Spurs.
All right, so Duncan has 4 in the 2000s though. He's got 5.
So you're counting the year 2000, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not. He's got. Can you please be quiet for a second? Daddy's trying to do a podcast. He's got
2014.
He's got 2003, 2005, 2007, and 2014.
2003.
They went Lakers, Spurs, Pistons, Spurs.
Oh, so they didn't go back to back then. In 99.
Yeah.
They must have just won 99.
So yeah, I got Duncan.
Okay.
And are you gonna argue that team? That's
really?
Starting 5?
I thought the Lakers went 3-peat, and then the 4th-peat was going against the Pistons, and they lost. That's what I felt like.
No, that is true, but there was a year in between that where the Spurs beat the Nets. By the way, Duncan was the MVP of 03, 07. And
07, they swept the Cavs, too. That's that young LeBron, 4th year in the NBA, took his team with, like, Boobie Gibson, Ilgauskas to the finals. Not Darius Miles, I don't know, a couple other players, but year 4, LeBron James, king. Got swept.
Yeah. All right, enough Tim Duncan talk. Yes, he's my power forward.
So you're keeping the original.
But it's not about me, though. It's about us. So for me, it's Curry, Kobe, LeBron, Duncan, Shaq. Are you changing
I can get on board with that. No. I mean, that's the list coming in. I forgot about Timmy D originally when I had KD. But I can get on board with that.
Okay. Time for football, Ave. Unless you have anything basketball you want to talk.
More difficile for football.
I totally agree. I guess maybe because I've been thinking about it and feel a little bit more prepared. I've kind of
I like kind of just running in my head for no reason. I just in the back of my head, I'm like, damn, who would if I could pick 11 players from forever, but now we're restricting it to the last 25 years. Like who would be in my team?
Yeah. Well, I'll say I got a little bit cheeky with what I decided, but I think it's the right thing to do.
Okay.
So you go first, and then I'll see how far off we are.
Okay. Left wing. This is like 2 staples, but left wing, I'm going with Ronaldo, CR7. So center forward, false 9. I'm actually going with Messi, and then I'd have Neymar out of position on the right wing.
Okay.
That's just who I'm going with. For the
So
midfield,
can I comment on that before you even get to the midfield? Maybe we can do. I'll
okay,
comment after the midfield and
yeah,
then after defense too.
yeah, that's fine.
Only reason is because I'm excited to say I totally agree. Except I would leave Neymar on the left and I would put Messi on the right, and I would
You
just
put
make
Ronaldo down the
Ronaldo
middle.
striker because he played plenty of striker. But regardless,
The
those would be
same
my
top
three
three.
forwards.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad you did that. I thought you were going to be Suarez or Loa or maybe Henri even at striker, but
Yeah,
I ended up going with Neymar.
if we went like Prem only, Henri obviously would be not my number one. But I think what these guys have done for the game is it's more than anybody else that's done in the
Yeah,
last
and
25
Neymar
years.
will be criminally underrated for playing in the same era as Messi and Ronaldo, but
Mm-hmm.
he should have won Ballon d'Ors. Would have won Ballon d'Ors if he was
listed when playing for Santos, which is super unheard of.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just was excited. So back to your midfield.
I want to hear your midfield. Actually, I want to
Oh,
hear you
okay.
go now.
Yeah, I can go first. I mean, I think there's a lot to think about here. I think there's when you consider the tiers, there's a lot of them. The people that didn't make my list that I think are worth noting: Steven Gerrard,
Stevie
Paul
G.
Scholes, Frank Lampard, Tony Kroos, Kevin De Bruyne didn't make it. Just crazy. Mesut Ozil, Pirlo, Zidane. Even though he's a '90s guy, he doesn't make my 2000s list. Had a great career in 2000s, in the
I mean, he took
2000s
his
as
team to the
well.
World Cup final in 06. He
Yeah.
still peaked.
I don't know. I'm trying to rattle off people who could have maybe made it and didn't. David Silva. The ultimately Ave. I went with exactly who you think I went with.
Xavi, Iniesta,
and Modric.
Oh, you have Modric in there?
I didn't want to. I think I end up
Ballon d'Or.
I think my heart takes me to De Bruyne.
Mm-hmm.
However, Modric winning the Ballon d'Or in the Messi Ronaldo era,
Yeah,
and taking that Croatia team to the finals. I mean, you can say they were good, but it was Mandzukic and Perisic and Kovacic
it's a
and
team.
I mean, it was really Modric heading that. So whatever he was saying in the locker room or however he was commanding the field was huge because it couldn't have just been the talent around.
And just his energy as well. He's literally got a third wind. He always can go. He's like a Energizer bunny, and he just carries the ball from his goal line to the other team's goal line. He just does it all game, and he just never gets tired.
Yeah. So I thought maybe Pirlo was the toughest.
The
probably
Don,
skip there,
that's my guy.
And De Bruyne.
I'm 100% on board with the Iniesta Xavi. I literally need like a billion years to think about who else I would play, maybe as an attacking mid in this lineup.
I mean, I don't think it's fair to say like it needs to be a defensive or attacking mid based on the other two.
Yeah,
because it's like
I think I'm a cheat here. So I'm going to take the trio of the Spanish players. So we haven't talked about it, but Sergio Busquets. But that's literally the best midfield I think that's ever existed in soccer. So I'll cheat and I'll go with Xavi, Iniesta, and Sergio Busquets.
Well, here's the thing. We're gonna post about this on Instagram, so
we have to be in agreement.
And we have to agreement, and so I'm gonna either we can agree to someone else, or I'll just have to veto. But I don't think I can take Busquets over Modric. I love Busquets as an individual. Now I do, and I think he's perfect for that Barcelona team. But Modric winning the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, I was about to say, as an individual, you have to take Modric. But for the team's sake, it would have been made more sense to have Busquets.
That's fine.
But I'll say for the individual aspect of it, I'll give you Modric, and I'll.
I mean, that's fair. I just like if you want to say De Bruyne had Ballon d'Or type years, or Ozil or somebody had Ballon d'Or type years,
Eden Hazard,
Pirlo,
but
you can say that. But
Busquets,
Busquets, I don't think can outrank Modric in this discussion. So,
in terms
of going Modric, or do you want to go elsewhere?
No, we're going
Scott McTominay.
We're going with the Ballon d'Or winner, the only Ballon d'Or winner out of the three, by the way. But
yeah, exactly. And the other two are easy ins.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's get to defense. I have mine.
I'll go first because
It's
you
a
went
little
first
tricky.
with the midfield. So right back, there's some controversy over this guy's off-field actions, but I'll give you Danny Alves as my right back. And then this, I can't say that I've watched too much of him, but from what people say back in the day, and I believe he was, 2000 to like 2010s era player, but Ashley Cole, I'll go for my left back. My center back of the decade. Well, this guy's a two-time Premier League player of the season, so I don't think I can leave him out of this list, but I'm going to go Nemanja Vidic.
Nice.
And then for my other center back, there's just so many to choose from. I want a. Let me go Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos. I want a World
You might
Cup
as well
winner
say
in there.
Sergio Ramos because I'm going to make you
Yeah.
keep him in your team
Sergio
anyway.
Ramos. I'll go Sergio.
Okay. I almost had 4 different players than you, but I love your Vidic shout. Actually, that's not true. I had Vidic. My right. So we're good to say Vidic and Ramos as our center backs. Okay. My right back, my boy Danny Alves, he's chilling. He's been cleared, I think. So he's all good. But I think there's a better shout.
Are we going with Mr. Lam?
I'm going with the German. I just think that even though Lam is maybe not as fast and
not as cool,
electric to watch, never had a red card in his career.
The classic
that matters
German
that much, but captain Germany to World Cups, Bayern Munich to Champions League and Bundesligas. As great as Alves was, he was a piece
the
of
most
Barcelona
winning player of basically ever besides Messi,
trophy wise, but Lam has his fair share of trophies too. So we might need to argue
Farmers
that one.
League.
Left back, I actually end up I ended up at Marcelo, but I think Ashley Cole's a great shot. I totally agree with you.
Eddie's an Arsenal player.
He's a con artist. No,
Chelsea,
he's a con artist.
Oh yeah, he went to Chelsea.
He snaked us, but I think you might be right there. I think that might be a great shout.
I know, like Ronaldo, CR7 will say that's the toughest defender that he's ever faced.
Yeah,
and that's.
I mean, just because you're the Marcelo fan,
I love the Brazilians.
I'll let you make the call on the left side.
Like I said, I want them in my team if I'm making this team. But as far as the better player, I would probably, fortunately, I would probably go Cole.
Okay. So we'll do Ashley Cole, and since you got to pick the left back, I'll pick the right back, and we'll go with Philip Lahm.
That works for me.
Oh, I thought you were going to give me a hard time.
No. I don't feel great about it, but
I'm the one who decided that you were going to pick the left back. And excuse me, sir, I'm talking here.
Xavi's making a hell of a debut.
Yeah, he's sleeping. He's just dreaming. Okay, cool. So we're good on the back now. If you want to talk, you got to get in the camera at least, bud. What do you want to say? All right, Dave. We're on to the goalkeepers.
11. Oh, we established center backs? I'm sorry. I didn't.
I think so, yeah. Vidic and Ramos.
Okay, got it. Keeper.
I went back and forth a couple times, but I think. Ooh.
I know what I'm picking.
I know what the answer is.
Yeah. You want to 3-2-1 it? See if we say the same player?
Yeah. But I do want to talk about it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Gianluigi Buffon.
Nice. We are locked in today, man. Okay, so I obviously went Buffon. So did you. I have 2 other contenders, I think. Maybe 3, but my 2 others are Casillas and Neuer.
Yeah. Those would be my 2 and 3. Yes. Then consistency, winning trophies, World Cup winners, all that.
Yeah. Okay.
All of that. Champions League winners. The only trophy that Donnarumma didn't win is actually the Champions League. He's won every single title besides that.
Do you mean Buffon?
That's what I meant. I didn't say that. What did I say?
You said Donnarumma.
Oh.
But that does
Gianluigi.
Yeah, it
Buffon.
still is Buffon. He's still the best goalkeeper, but that makes me want to pick Casillas.
Iker, yeah, I mean, he obviously won the World Cup with Spain and then multiple Champions Leagues with Madrid. I feel like he had a shorter career, though. I feel like Gianluigi Buffon was like 20 plus years of being an absolute king. I feel like Iker fell off a little short of that.
I mean, he was. Yeah, I guess we'll go with Buffon. It's up in the air.
And then Neuer's ridiculously good too, but he's fallen off a little bit lately. But that's
Yeah, but
just
he's
like a
old.
recency.
Like that's
Yeah,
it's like
it's a recency.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
happens. Yeah, I don't know. Like Buffon played for. He's a backup at PSG at the end of his career.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what we got, Ave. Let me know if we need to panic button any of this, but we got Neymar at left wing, Ronaldo at striker, Messi at right wing, or however you want to play them strategically as a coach. We have Andres Iniesta, we have Xavi, and we have Modric in the middle.
Yep.
We've got Ashley Cole on the left. We've got Ramos and Vidic in the middle, and we've got Philipp Lahm on the right.
Yes.
And then at goalkeeper, we've got Gianluigi Buffon.
That is a hell of a team. The best of this century, quarter century.
Couldn't agree more. All right, well, that's fun. That was good. This one won't be as fun for us, Ave, but I did research here. You're just gonna have to trust me
I'm gonna
on
have
it.
to follow.
And I think the front three is pretty easy. Oh, this is not. Sorry, I'm skipping to NHL. We'll do MLB afterwards because NHL will be a breeze. But I got Crosby, Ovechkin, and McDavid as my front three.
McDavid's a little young now.
He is young, but
the way he started has been.
He's doing Gretzky type things.
Okay.
And he's won the MVP maybe multiple times already. I think it's the right thing to put him in there. But again, we're rookies, so we might get shit on for our NHL. There are other people that like are worth making the list. Who did I consider?
I just know those top two with Crosby.
I don't know. I ended up with those three.
Crosby and Ovechkin are set in stone.
Yes. And then on defense, Lidstrom, best defender. He's in. On the other side, I thought Zdeno Chara, but after looking into it a little bit, I think I'm going with Victor Hedman. Don't know him all that well, but he's won Defensive Player of the Year and I believe MVP as well, and went back-to-back Stanley Cup winner. So although Chara was great, like he was huge, great at defense, has the hardest slap shot of all time. It was really cool growing up watching him in All-Star games, hit it like 105 miles per hour. Victor Hedman, I think, has a little bit more finesse on offense, and not only is a great defenseman, but puts up stats on offense too. And then in goalie, Martin Brodeur, most notably, maybe whole career with the Devils, but definitely most notably for the Devils. I think there's Hendrik Lundqvist, you could argue, or
Marc-Andre Fleury.
Marc-Andre Fleury, yeah.
But I think
ultimately Brodeur is the right answer.
Yeah, I remember playing with him in backyard hockey, so that name rings a bell. And he played for the Devils right up the street in Jersey, so I do remember that name.
Yeah, there are some fun hockey names. There's Steven Stamkos, Jeremy Roenick, Eric Lindros, John LeClaire, Evgeny Malkin. Like there's Martin St. Louis, Mark Recchi. Like there's a lot of people, Peter Forsberg, who can make this list, but I think ultimately Ovechkin, Crosby, and McDavid have to be the front three.
Mm-hmm.
And then the defense, I'll be honest, I'm not as familiar with. Like I said, there's maybe Chara. Chris Pronger, I don't think is a real conversation here, but he was great.
I know there's a
Lidstrom. Yeah,
Letang out there from Pittsburgh.
Letang. Lidstrom has to be on it. And then the second one is kind of up for debate. But again, like I said, I think after some research, Hedman makes the most sense. And then goalkeepers, I feel like is fandom based. And I'm going to, as a non-fan of the Devils, I'm still going to lean into Brodeur.
Got you. It's like a Chelios. I don't know is he out there? I just know that name rings a bell. I
just remember from hearing it in the video game. Chelios.
Yeah. And all these like Detroit Red Wings, I don't know why that just rings a bell. I feel like they should have more names like that are mentioned here.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. It's there's a lot of great players. It's a worldwide sport that only has 6 people on the ice at the
Right,
time, right?
right.
So it is tricky. It's like soccer. Yeah, it's worldwide, but there's 11 players.
Hmm.
So there can be a great team and there could be a bad team with the greatest player in the world on it.
Right.
Which, the Capitals were bad for a little bit and things like that. Anyway, let's not dwell on NHL and make it seem like we know the most about it, but we know enough to talk about a team of the quarter century. Let us know below if you are a hockey fan, where maybe we're way off or where maybe you thought we might have said something you weren't expecting. Excuse me, sir, it's baseball time, and Uncle Abe is going to tell us what he thinks might be on the team of the quarter century. I
I
don't
can
expect
try.
you.
I can
Yeah,
try.
yeah. You don't even have to go for all 9 positions unless
Okay.
you really want to. But like, if anybody you're comfortable saying, all right, well, he's got to be on there somewhere. I'll even take that as a counted guess.
Okay. Give me Mike Trout.
I'd put Mike Trout on my list. So if he's on your list, that's
Give
fair.
me Shohei.
Shohei is my DH. There would be some arguments there.
Give me Shohei there. Give me Mookie Betts.
I do not have Mookie Betts.
Okay.
Not a horrible shout.
Give me who's the guy that just retired in LA, the pitcher? That's my starting pitcher.
Clayton Kershaw. And guess what, Abe? I only went with one starting pitcher, and it was Clayton Kershaw.
Beast. Do I get a Barry Bonds on this list?
I got a Barry Bonds on this list, so
Okay.
you might as well get a Barry Bonds
gets
on this
list. Derek Jeter?
Derek Jeter's my shortstop. You bet your balls.
A-Rod.
A-Rod's my third baseman. Look at you cook.
Second baseman and a first. I mean, Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman's a phenomenal shout, but
recency bias.
The potentially best player of all time played first base.
Oh, okay, that's the guy from St. Louis.
Yes, it is.
What is his name? Albert Pujols. He's retired.
Yeah.
So
you need second baseman and a closer and a right fielder.
Oh, I need a closer. Yeah. I don't think this guy is in this century, but I'll go for him. Enter the Sandman, Mariano Rivera. Is he in this?
That is correct. Okay. You are cooking, my boy. Give me with a catcher, a right fielder,
the catcher
and a
from St. Louis, Rodriguez.
Yadier Molina.
Yadier Molina. I knew he had a Spanish name, but
that is a phenomenal shout. We can argue about it if you want, but it is not who I put.
The guy Mike Piazza.
Another good shout. We can argue about it if you want. It is not who I put.
The big dumper.
I put a one-time MVP and 3-time World Series champion.
MVP Hideki Matsui.
302 career average.
302 as a catcher?
Yeah, the catcher we're looking for is Hideki Matsui. No, Buster Posey from the San Francisco Giants.
I knew that one. Second baseman.
Second base, yeah. Who do you think?
I'm completely lost here.
Yeah, second base is a little bit tricky. They don't have that much longevity. There's people like Dustin Pedroia. There's Robinson Cano.
Oh, I got one. He's a little midget. From Houston.
Oh, Jose
Altuve. I'm sorry, little person.
Altuve might be a better shot than this. Abe went with Hometown Hoops and said Chase Utley. I just think he ended up having the best prime. Huge power. I mean, I shouldn't say huge, but 25 to 35 home runs a year for like 4 seasons straight. Incredible defense. The best up the middle with Jimmy Rollins for multiple years in a row. We can discuss that one. I can see Altuve taking the reign there.
If he wasn't a cheater, I would push harder for him. But I know his stats line up, and he's clutch as hell, and he's won multiple rings. So
yeah, maybe that trumps. And then my right field. You want to give it another guess? You said Mookie Betts. He's pretty close to getting on this list, if you ask me. But there's a guy I think that just outranks him.
Is he currently playing?
He is indeed.
It's not Bellinger.
It's not. He's still the best player in the league, this guy.
Shohei Ohtani. What the hell?
This guy's the second best player in the league.
He's the second best player in the league, and his name's not Shohei Ohtani. What team does he play for?
The Yankees.
Oh, that's an easy. All right. Aaron Judge.
Yeah. All Rise Aaron Judge I have as the best right fielder of the quarter century.
Okay.
So I think, first of all, you ran through the listing exceptionally well. You made 2 changes. You would have went with Yadier Molina, or at least that's who you thought.
Yes.
I think maybe we double checked before posting the graphic, but just because of the multiple World Series and MVP of the league in 2012, I think we lean Buster Posey. Although I am willing to
argue with that. I have no say in this fight.
No. I was gonna say I'll take Chase Utley off the list for Altuve.
Okay.
I do think that
That's
may have been a better
compromise.
shout from you.
That's a good compromise.
All right.
Even
and
though I love the
everything else
hometown
we lined
games.
up: Mariano Rivera, Clayton Kershaw, Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, Barry Bonds, Derek Jeter, A-Rod, Jose Altuve, Albert Pujols, and Buster Posey.
Let's go.
Cool. Baller. Abe, there's one more kind of a stupid one, F1. I think there's others we can talk about, but it's been an hour and a half, so we probably want to relax for a second.
I want to watch the tail of this Man U game, even though we're playing Wolves.
Yeah, so let's just talk F1. I thought maybe college football could be a fun one. The Tebow, Vince Young, even college basketball. Tyler Hansbrough, Jalen Brunson has to be on that list. Okay, let's just do F1 quick and see where the conversation goes.
Okay,
F1, I think it's 3 drivers have a chance for 2 spots.
I was about to say it's just 2 spots. So I think there's really there's 4 guys that are in this conversation.
Well, can I give you my 3 and then you tell me your 4th?
Yes. I'm not sure if he fits in this century is the only thing.
I think there could be a 4th too, but he's clearly not in the top 3. So I'm going to say...
Let me hear yours.
Okay, I'll just do my 4 then.
Yeah.
We probably
You're three.
Yeah, okay. I kind of want to say my 4 though.
Okay, say it 4.
Schumacher.
Yeah.
Hamilton.
Yeah.
Verstappen.
Yeah.
And Vettel.
Ooh, okay.
Now I think Vettel is the clear odd man out, but Vettel was the first Max Verstappen for me. So
okay. I actually have a 5th guy that I would add to this equation, but it'd be Fernando Alonso.
Yes, I think that's great. Fernando Alonso totally deserves to be in the conversation. I think he's in the Vettel tier. I think he's in the top of the 2nd tier.
So you're giving okay, so there's 3 guys that you have competing for the 2 spots, and then these guys would compete for the next spot, essentially.
Indeed.
Okay.
But if we do have to pick the team of the quarter century, that means it's 2 drivers, and that means one of those 3 is gone.
Unfortunate thing is, I think Max Verstappen is the best driver out of both of these guys, or all 3 of these guys. Unfortunately, he gets kind of the short end of the stick by coming around too late in the quarter of the century. So I would go for Lewis Hamilton and Schumacher as my 1 and 2.
Ave, we couldn't be more on the same page. We're never going to get views until we start being controversial. One of us is going to have to get canceled.
So we need Mike.
Yeah, that's why Mike needs to come back. I agree. I think it has to be Schumacher and Hamilton. And for the same, maybe in 20 years when we're doing a team of the half century.
Or the team of the 50. Yeah, the 50. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a different story. Yeah. Or exactly what I just said. Then Verstappen makes that list, but
yeah, when he gets to 7 world championships.
Stop yelling. The viewers can hear you. Yeah, I think I have to go Hamilton and Schumacher.
I am on board.
And the
great minds think alike.
The constructor of the quarter century is Ferrari.
You think so?
Well, yes. Or Mercedes, you would say?
I would. Well, I mean, I just got in the F1 around like the 2010s. That's when Lewis had his run.
Well, I guess Schumacher raced with Mercedes too for a while. He won with Mercedes and Ferrari.
And Hamilton's won with McLaren. I mean, they just won.
No, so McLaren it's not McLaren. It's Mercedes or Ferrari.
Okay. Well, I
think I would say Ferrari, but
Ferrari's got a bad taste in my mouth because of how they've treated, or not how they treated, but how they're disorganized with
just how it's not going well.
Yeah, for this last 5 or 6 years.
Truth.
Because even Sainz and Leclerc have been, performing well enough to win races, win, titles, but they couldn't get it done. And now Hamilton's in the same boat. Well, he's not performing well enough, but the cards.
All right,
now.
let's do college basketball quick and then get out of here.
Okay, we're like a starting 5 of college basketball.
Yeah, just a starting 5, just because for fun, and maybe we don't even get down to
All right.
who it really needs to be. But I think Tyler Hansbrough
I was gonna say
and
it's my number 1 pick.
Jalen Brunson have to be on it. I mean, Brunson won
Brunson.
2. He won Player of the Year maybe twice and 2 championships.
Okay.
I mean, I don't love him. I do. I mean, I
No,
do.
you do love him.
I try not to, but he's a good guy and he's good at basketball.
Yeah. Carmelo, definitely.
Yeah.
Carmelo, Tyler
Yeah.
Hansbrough, those are my 2 definites.
AD has to be the center. He had more blocks than everyone other teams did.
So that's 3. We need 2 guards then.
And we need like Kemba. Well, Brunson and Kemba.
I love that.
Ty Lawson.
I don't know if Kemba is a top guard, even though that run was incredible. I'll throw him in there because they had to win the Big East tournament, and they did win it in 5 games and 5 nights, and then they went on to win the NCAA championship.
Yeah.
I'll
I was thinking the Duke guy, Kyrie, wasn't actually great in college.
He played like 9 games.
But yeah.
I mean, like Tatum was a beast, Ingram was a beast. Like they have these one and done guys, but they didn't win much in terms of championships.
Not the way Carmelo did.
Peyton Siva in the conversation.
Well, it could be like a
sure.
Fredette or Curry guy.
Ooh, those are 2 I'd probably put above
Kemba.
Because I don't know if I put them above Kemba.
What about
Kemba
Arch?
before
What about it's probably 2 Nova guys. That's like where all the guards are from.
I'll give you Jimmer and Steph. I like
over Brunson too. No, you go Brunson and Steph. I think. Dude, Brunson won 2 championships and was a Player of the Year.
Yeah, I know. It's but he wasn't the star player on the first championship team. Like he was a complimentary.
He started.
Piece. Did he start? He started his freshman year.
Yeah. It was him, Arch, Jenkins,
Josh Hart.
Yeah, and Phil Booth. No, Phil Booth was the 6th man because Ochefu.
Ochefu.
And then Phil Booth came off the bench.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
With DiVincenzo.
So it's a Steph and JV.
Yeah, I mean, I know you want to put your UConn guards in there. I tried
my
best,
but I think that the 2-time.
I think that's right. I think that's right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think
of Fultz.
No, don't ever say his name ever again.
Markelle Fultz.
He was a great college basketball player, though.
That's what I'm saying. This is only about college.
But they've only played one. They're one and dones too. These guys stayed multiple years and had success for multiple years.
Except Carmelo, he still makes it somehow.
But yeah, and AD as well. But like they won championships.
Yeah, and we're the best players.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, Dave. Well, enough of that. I thought that would be fun. Team of the quarter century. We'll see what the people have to say. We'll post it on Instagram as well. Please comment below. Share with your friends and family. Let us know what other sort of teams, like the best teams that are over 30 years old and left-handed or something weird like that.
That'd be fun.
Anyway, hopefully this was somewhat enjoyable. We hope you enjoyed the first 25 years of the 2000s and hope you have an even better second 25 years. And you got anything to close with?
Dude, shout out to our co-host, our 3rd co-host, brand new co-host. But Chavi, excellent day, buddy. You're a superstar. We need you back for 50.
Excellent day.
Excellent day.
Yeah, if you stuck around this long, you get to look at him, I guess. This is Xavier Chavi, Ferdinand Reese. We're going to be playing video games together soon. We'll get him on the pod for some hot takes. And yeah, as always, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm good on a 2-minute drill. Have you got anything?
Nothing, Nathan.
Okay.
Cross my
mind. All right.
mind.
Well, thank you as always for sharing the bants with us, and we will see you next time. See ya. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.